drone shot, ultra-slow, almost holy, gliding over Willow Cove Estates at the exact heartbeat the sun crowns the eastern ridge, pouring molten gold across Sapphire Lake, mist rising from the water. Like the ghosts of every fish ever caught, loons wailing their ancient, mournful duet across mirror-still glass, cedar silhouettes standing sentinel against a sky bruised with rose, indigo, and the faintest whisper of lavender. Canoes inverted on a dock built from hand-hewn timbers my grandpa Theodore split in 1955, still bleeding resin when the wind shifts, still holding the axe marks of a man who came home from Korea with shrapnel in his hip and fire in his soul. Then, boom, two sheriffs' Chevy Tahoes roar up Lakeside Boulevard, gravel spraying like buckshot, red-blue strobes, painting million-dollar homes in emergency hues, skidding to a stop beside Grandpa Theodore's weathered canvas ridge tent, smoke spiraling from a stone fire ring older than interstates, older than color TV, older than my first heartbreak, laid stone by stone after Korea, mortarless, perfect geometry defying time, each rock chosen from the lakebed itself, and I, Nathaniel Reed, 36, master cabinet maker, divorce still raw like a freshly planed edge that won't close, corporate downsizing 4 months fresh, stand in flannel boxers and bare feet, clutching my property. Deed like a battle standard forged in 1952, GI Bill stamp still crisp, ink still black, while Deputy Morales and Deputy Park advance, boots crunching, flashlights slicing fog, radios spitting static. Coffee breath, Kevlar bulk, wedding rings glinting, and behind them, Victoria Langford, 54, Willow Cove Estates HOA president, white Audi Q7 with HOA 1 vanity plates, Athleta leggings. iPad Pro glowing like a tablet of judgment, crimson nails drumming a war beat, voice sharp as a bandsaw biting green oak. Officers, unauthorized encampment, disrupting our tranquility, cite him. Dismantle the eyesore now, public health risk, fire danger, property values, execute. I have friends at Code Compliance. I have friends at City Hall. I have friends everywhere. I blink. Coffee steam curling from my Yeti Rambler, smell of hickory smoke, lake mist, bacon fat, Sheriff Diesel, and Victoria's perfume, something expensive and angry, thick in my throat, heart pounding like a mallet on oak, and say, voice steady but inside roaring louder than the Tahoe engines, gentlemen, this is my lake, my tent, my deed, 47 acres of Reed family earth since 1952, GI Bill purchase. Korean War veteran Theodore Reed, read the legal metes and bounds, Section 9, Township 19 North, range for East, all riparian rights, all shoreline, all easements, camping is grandfathered. Always has been. Check the 1921 plat map if you like, I'll brew more coffee, I'll even toast you a bagel. Deputy Morales exhales, apologetic, adjusts his ball cap, sweat beading under the brim. Sir, we answer calls, civil issue, but ma'am, step back, let's not escalate, let's not make this a thing, while Victoria snaps photos, flash popping like gunfire. Asterisk sanitation violation. Air, 1.9 miles of private shoreline fringed with wild rice, cattails, tamarack, bass that strike like lightning, pike that run like freight trains, perch that school like gold dust, walleye that hit jigs at twilight, the place where he taught me to carve decoys on his hand-built dock from eater logs he dragged out in 1955, hand-hewn with a broadaxe, still fragrant, still warm when the sun hits, where we roasted hot dogs over a stone fire ring he assembled post-Korea, stone by stone, no mortar, perfect circles like druid altars, each rock chosen from the lake bed itself, each story told around it etched into my bones, where he said, son, this lake is sanctuary, bought with hazard pay, protected with paperwork, never let anyone gate it, never let anyone meter it, never let anyone own what God poured for all, this water, this air, this soil, it's bigger than any deed, bigger than any HOA, bigger than any woman with an iPad. Divorce gutted my savings, left me with half a bed, full custody of regret, wedding photos in a bonfire, alimony like clockwork, layoff gutted my purpose, left me with severance, silence, Zoom funerals for dreams, Slack pings that never came. So I returned to Sapphire Lake *** every weekend. Canvas tent, cast iron Dutch oven, loon songs at dawn, therapy no counselor could match, healing no pill could prescribe, solitude that tasted like pine sap, second chances, and Grandpa's ghost in the smoke. Willow Cove Estates rose in 2008, $3.2 million homes with 4-car garages, manicured Bermuda, so perfect it looked photoshopped, HOA that measures grass height with laser levels, architectural committees that debate gutter color for 8 months, covenants denser than tax code, fines for bird feeders that exceed 12 inches, and Victoria Langford, real estate agent, white Audi Q7 spotless as a surgical suite, iPad stuffed with violation snapshots. Once fined a neighbor $750 for Halloween inflatables up. Till November 1st at 12:01 a.m. Once issued a formal citation because a bird bath was 1.7 inches too close to the property line. Once called animal control on a labradoodle for excessive joy. I nodded, chatted storms, lent a jump pack to Mr. Gupta's Rivian, helped Mrs. Chun with her Wi-Fi. No drama. Until Victoria began pacing boundaries with a Leica disto, eyes narrowed like a sniper, clipboard ready, crimson nails flashing, Garmin Phoenix tracking her 12K steps of control, muttering about boundary irregularities, aesthetic infractions, community harmony. Taking photos of my tent stakes like they were graffiti. Friday dusk, I arrive, Ram 1500 loaded with Pelican cooler, Kermit chair, Grandpa's Orvis fly rod with cork grip worn to velvet. On terraces, phones out, tick-tocking my walk of shame while I strike canvas, heart searing hotter than the bacon grease I dropped on my ankle, neighbors murmuring, "Who invited the hobo? That tent is a biohazard. Values. Values. Values." Monday, certified letter, $600 daily fine, unpermitted campground, disturbing residential serenity, Victoria's signature bold as blood. HOA letterhead embossed in platinum, lien threat, foreclosure threat, apocalypse threat, $600 a day for leaping on my own dirt. I drive to County Archives building, basement vault, fluorescent. Buzz, clerk Evelyn, 81, bifocals, voice like molasses, hands arthritic, still sharp. Theodore Reed? Sugar, he mapped this county, honest as sunrise, precise as a jointer, taught my daddy how. To read a transit asterisk, pulls 1921 plat map, brittle, crackling like fire, red boundary line cutting through HOA beach, pavilion, boat slip, 3.1 acres of my land, prime waterfront, sunset patio wear. HOA hosts charity galas, wedding packages, $18,000 for vows at dusk. Evelyn whispers, development 2008, survey glitch, or someone blinked, maybe both, maybe worse, maybe someone got paid. Victoria goes thermonuclear, emergency HOA assembly, clubhouse, scorched coffee, stale bagels, PowerPoint titled, Safeguarding Our Lakeside Legacy, slides of my tent, captioned transient. Squatter, my cooler labeled commercial appliance, my camp chair labeled unauthorized seating, proposes $10,000 special assessment per home for legal fortress. 47 homes times $10,000 equals $470,000. Victoria's eyes glittering like jackpot lights, voice syrupy poison. We cannot allow one malcontent to demolish our paradise, our children's future, our property values. I storm the gates, documents in hand, copies for every soul, highlighter neon, post-its flapping, binder clips like armor. Your beach is my front lawn, 1921 survey, GPS locked, you've trespassed 15 years. Papers flutter, retired surveyor Malcolm Pierce, white beard, voice like thunder, hands rock steady, eyes sharp, rises, coordinates a line within 12 inches, encroachment verified, this is felony. Trespass, felony fraud, textbook larceny. Victor I asterisk ashen, filler cracking, lips quivering, hands shaking. Forged, slander, we'll bury you in court. We have resources, we have lawyers. We have money, but fault lines spread, neighbors muttering, Malcolm deploying his own Topkin GPS, beeping, satellites sinking, red dots blinking on my land. Twist, Grandpa's 1988 resurvey. 1998, 2010, 2023 prove unbroken use. Campfire logs, fishing permits, Instamatics of me at age 7 holding a crappy, grandpa's grin wide as the lake, his hand on my shoulder. Attorney Serena. Holt, pro bono, ex-JAG, Yale Law, office smells like cordite, espresso, justice, unjust enrichment, back rent, fraud, RICO if mail involved, federal wire fraud if they used email for dues. We're talking felonies, files claim notice, settlement, $200,000 for permanent easement, or eviction, or bulldozer, or off. Victoria retaliates, IRS whistleblower, undeclared campground revenue. Bogus 1099, fake receipts. City inspector cites tent pegs as fixed improvements. Tires slashed at Lowe's. Fake Google reviews nuke my cabinetry business. Warped drawers, ghosted jobs. Supports homelessness. Avoid, he camps in your yard. Anonymous texts. Back off or bleed. Burner phone. Block number. Threatening voice in the night. Megatwist. HOA mortgaged $480. 000 against my land for clubhouse expansion. Victoria's brother-in-law equals developer. New boundaries. Buried survey. Board minutes 2019. Litigation cheaper than relocation. Vote 6-0. Taped. Signed. Sealed. Forensic audit by Malcolm's wife. Retired forensic accountant. $97,000 embezzled. Victoria's Bora Bora equals strategic retreat. Daughters Cornell equals leadership grant. Audi lease equals executive. Transport. Home theater equals community media center. Personal trainer equals HOA wellness program. DA launches criminal probe. Victoria unravels. 2:47 a.m. vandalism on Arlo cam. Spray painting. Fraud on my shop. Face illuminated by ring spotlight. Plate readable. Voice caught. He'll pay. They all will. City Council Chambers. SRO. CNN affiliate. Fox. Instagram Live. Victoria at lectern. Tears. Slideshow of toddlers on beach. Seniors in pavilion. Brides at sunset. Voice cracking. Ruthless extortionist. Destroying our children's future. Then I approach. Survey maps. Drone panorama. Serena unleashes embezzlement dossier. Board minutes. Bank records. DA agent. Victoria Langford. You're under arrest. Cuffs snap. Cameras whirl. Gasps. Cheers. Victoria shrieking. This is a coup. A conspiracy. Malcolm Pierce. HOA accepts $200,000 easement. Full transparency. Victoria resigns. Restitution immediate. Public apology. Effective now. Applause crashes for 6 minutes. Mayor gavels. Approved unanimously. Case closed. Epilogue. Annual Sapphire Lake Festival. Kids casting. Veterans reminiscing. 22 acres conserved. Scholarship in Theodore's name. Victoria. Probation. Restitution. New HOA open books. My tent permanent. Neighbors grill pike around grandpa's fire ring. Loon's serenade. Justice smells like hickory. Vindication. Freedom. Lake mirrors stars. Grandpa's whisper in the wind. You held the line, boy. You held it true. You held it free. Closure complete. Internet jury. Was public arrest cathartic justice or cruel spectacle? When HOA steals soil, is unmasking fraud redemption or community toxin? How much grandpa legacy justifies bankrupting 47 families? Verdict below. I read every word. And if Victoria is pacing your shoreline, DM me. Some lakes, some grandpas, some freedom are worth the war.